Hi there. Welcome back to Supercharged Fridays. How are you doing? If you are watching me, it is 8th September, 2 p.m. Central European Time. And if we haven't met before, my name is Sonal Behl. I'm a career strategist and I help people who are going through career transition with coaching, with courses, and with content just like this. Hashtag Supercharged Fridays. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. If you're going through a bit of a career conundrum and need a bit of perspective, need some help, I'm here for you. And I have a podcast called How I Got Hired, where I interview amazing people from around the world, as well as a very active LinkedIn page, as well as a YouTube channel. Very warm welcome. So, as you can probably tell, I am not in my usual spot. I'm not in my home office. I'm actually traveling as we speak. And I saw the schedule and I saw that I could not be live at my usual time. I mentioned this last week. Some of you may have seen this, but I didn't want to interrupt the regular programming. So, this is pre recorded. What I did was I asked if you have any questions that you need sort of help with, some perspectives with. I'm going to select a few of them and then, you know, get you the help you need, whether or not I am live. So I have actually selected two questions and I'm going to be talking about them right away. And before I do that, I also want to say, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I also have a membership. It is extremely accessible and inexpensive. It starts at €5 a month. And at the upper tier, which is €10, it's like €9.99, you also have a members only live stream. And that is much more intimate. Nobody else can see what is happening, what are the questions being asked on other platforms like on Facebook or on LinkedIn. And that's kind of cool. So the first members only live stream is going to be happening next week, Tuesday, I believe, the 12th of September. So if this is something you're interested in, the link is right here below me, or send me a note, and I'd love to welcome you inside. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. I've selected two. There were other questions, but I answered them already because I've already answered them so many times. I've in fact even made YouTube videos on them. So those were taken care of. These I thought were very interesting, that I've not quite been asked in so many words, and I thought that they would be useful to you. All right, the first question I have is, how do you overcome and master the art of salary negotiation with human resources, keeping in mind that you do have a fear of rejection, we all do, while you're thinking about a certain percentage hike? Okay, I'm glad you asked. I think that when we are in a salary negotiation process, it is really hard not to think about an outcome, right? It is really hard to detach from the outcome, but that is exactly what we need to be doing. And that is because when we get too attached about what we want and we don't get it, we beat ourselves up or we say the other person was not cooperative. Let me tell you, in almost every culture in the world, when it comes to hiring, when it comes to human resources and recruiting, I think except a few industries where they do not have a culture for negotiation, there are certain sectors, for example, in not for profit, or it's a startup and they don't have the budget. They're like, take it or leave it. We don't have any more funding. Or it's a company that is a bit more sort of modern, forward looking, and they have pay transparency across the board, and they are not going to be able to have much margin because everyone knows what everyone's earning. So they're not looking to make exceptions because those are messy. Except for those, it is very normal for the person in recruiting or human resources to hear that you are looking at a slightly higher number. In fact, the data that I have seen supports 82% of recruiters. They do expect you to negotiate and they do have something in their back pocket. I would say approach this as a problem that you want to solve so that both walk away relatively happy, right? That is the whole point of the negotiation. Don't get too fixated on the number. Of course, you want to be happy. You want to be financially comfortable. You want to take care of your family, your retirement, your savings, your holidays. Of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A better approach would be to look at what's happening in the market. Speak with friends who are recruiters, talk to people who are recruiters, speak with former colleagues, friends, what were they earning? We need to destigmatize this conversation and normalize it because there's so much secrecy, and that's one of the things that does not help. As far as fear of rejection is concerned, listen, it's just like with everything. It's like the first time you rode a bike, you had the fear of falling. The first time you drove a car, you had a fear that you'd bump into another car, right? The more you do it, the less scary it is. It's as simple as that. So I wish you lots of success. And I have so many videos on salary negotiation on my YouTube channel. This is the most watched playlist, so definitely take advantage. I also have a freebie. Check out my website, superchargeyourself.com/, I think, negotiation, just /negotiation. There is a free guide that has already helped thousands upon thousands of people. So please, please take advantage of it, and good luck to you. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Let's get into the second question. All right. This lady says, I got a job 2 months ago. Okay, I've shortened it because it was a longish question. I've shortened it because I don't have, like, there's a limit, character limit here. It was a great company, nice people, but my role was very fast paced and I could not keep up with language. So I'm guessing the role was in a different language, for example, English, and this is a person whose native language is something else. And so she had to stop, right? She says she learned a lot, but it couldn't continue. Now the manager has said that I can give them as a reference, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm so glad you're asking this, and I'm so glad you're thinking about this. When you have worked in, this is a perspective that I have, okay? When you have worked with someone, they need to have seen a change. And thanks to you coming, they remember what a before looks like, and they remember what after you looks like. In my experience, 2 months is not enough time to show that change, to show a stark contrast between before and after. So personally, I wouldn't talk about this company a lot. I wouldn't even put any spotlight on them as far as my resume or in my interviews is concerned. I would go with other managers from the past with whom you had a lot more time, experience, and credibility, and not with these guys. It's just too soon. And it's not just the fact that it's 2 months, it could have been a very intense 2 months, but it's also the fact that it didn't work out, right? Not in your favor. So, towards the end, you realized, yeah, this is not the right fit. So I would answer this as quickly as possible if it comes up in conversation. If it doesn't come up in conversation, I would not initiate it. Not myself, not per se. So yeah, I think this is how I would address it. I hope this helps you, and I wish you lots of success. So, all right. So this is as far as this week's Supercharged Fridays is concerned. I hope you think about becoming a member. I'd love to serve you. I'd love to help you out. It is the price of 2 Starbucks lattes. Let's get you the results you want without spending the big bucks. And I wish you lots of success. I shall see you at the same time next Friday. I will be at my desk and of course I'll be live, and I look forward to answering your questions. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend.